So you may have noticed that we have been digging out a bunch of these massive holes. And I'm getting kind of sick of it. I'm getting sick of spending 2-3 hours just digging a hole. It's not fun anymore. So what we're going to do today is get into PneumaticCraft because we can make these things called drones. And what these will do is we can program it to mine for us. They will dig out these massive holes for us and I won't have to do anything. I can just turn it on and let it go. And we can get other ones to collect the materials and we have all these drones flying about the place. And I want to do that. That sounds super awesome. But first we're going to have to blow up some iron. So for PneumaticCraft, everything is made with compressed iron. And the way you get compressed iron is you just blow up iron. So what we can do is we place this TNT right here. We'll just throw a stack of iron down and we will set it off. Woohoo, look at that. So you see we have 23 compressed iron now. Now we have an entire stack plus 11. Now I threw a stack down and I didn't get exactly a stack back. So you're not going to get all of your iron back, but you'll get a good bit. It takes a little bit in the explosion, but the rest is good. So let's just throw down a couple stacks of iron, blow it on up. Ruin the natural terrain. And look at that, we have 2 stacks and 53 compressed iron. We're going to need a lot of compressed iron for this mod, so I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch. Will 1 TNT blow up my entire inventory of iron? Let's find out. Alright, let's see what happens. Wow, all of it. All of it got turned. Well, not all of it. Whoa. I did not get an entire inventory's worth left or back. That's a lot of iron I missed. So I think the more iron you put in, the more likely it will be destroyed. So the more you have, the less you'll get back. And I'm thinking about putting my little setup over in this little corner, tucked away, all nice and neat. And so what we're going to need is we are going to need to make ourselves a pressure chamber. In order to make a pressure chamber, we're going to have to use our compressed iron to make some reinforced stone. Just surround it with stone like this and just make a couple. And then you're going to use that stone and you're going to make some reinforced bricks. Reinforced bricks are what's going to make the pressure chamber walls. Oh, I made way too many. I did not need to make that much. We're also going to make some pressure chamber glass because I want to be able to see into this thing. Make like a stack of that as well. We also need to make pressure tubes. This is what's going to put our pressurized air into everything else because that's what PneumaticCraft is. It's using air pressure to make things. So I'll make some of these tubes. Let's make 16. Oh, totally tubular transfer. And we're going to make ourselves a pressure chamber interface. Oh, and we're going to make this valve. And PneumaticCraft has this nice little manual you can use, which is very nice. Okay, so the max it can be is 5 by 5 by 5, which isn't that bad. So then that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a 5 by 5 by 5. And it said I can just make it out of glass. So I kind of want to do that. Oh, I don't want to ruin my nice floor, but I'm going to have to. Make it something a little bit like this and make a little back. And the rest will be glass. That's not going to work. There we go. Texture's very weird on it. Might have to change this from glass because I don't like that. So here is our pressure chamber. Very nice, very weird textures. This is the 5 by 5 by 5. I sank it into the ground. And every chamber is going to need an interface or 2 interfaces, recommended interfaces for input and output. And it's going to need a pressure chamber valve, at least one. And this is where all of the air is going to be piped into, in this little tube. Now, in order to pipe air into a pressure chamber, we are going to need an air pressure generator, which is an air compressor. The most basic one you can make is just a regular old air compressor. Not very hard to make at all. You just need a furnace and some other things. We'll go ahead and make that. That and we'll set it on down, and it requires fuel in order to compress air. So we'll get ourselves a stack of coal, put this bad boy on in there. Now it's gonna be producing. Usually it's very loud. I don't know why it's not loud. Now if you're doing this along with me, you may notice that the air compressor is not very fast at all at generating pressure. We're at 0.06 out of 5 bars of pressure. And so we're gonna need a lot more of this. So what I'm thinking is whoa! That wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't mean for that to happen. That scared me. That was releasing air pressure. It can become very, very loud. I'm surprised the air compressor isn't making as much noise as it should be. Typically, it's extremely loud, but not so, not right now. Anyways, I'm thinking we're gonna make a couple more air compressors. I'm thinking 5. Get that down, get that down, get that down, and we'll connect them all up. All going through one tube, which that could prove to be very bad. So I have 5 total compressors. Let's see if this thing will be pumping up pressure fast enough. I'm gonna have to fix this. I might have to change from the glass because it's bugging out. It's wigging out. I don't like it. All right, so we have our pressure chamber. It is almost at 2 bars of pressure, which is what we need in order to start automating our compressed iron. What we'll do is we'll put our stack of iron into this chest. The hopper will put it into the system, into the pressure chamber. And once it hits 2 bars of pressure, it'll start pumping it out. There we go, we're at 2 bars. Let's see what starts happening. All right, that noise means it just put it in. This little valve right here, pressure chamber interface, is gonna start doing its little jig. I wish I could see inside of there. That would be nice. Now the size of this pressure chamber can be anywhere from 3x3 to 5x5. I chose to make a 5x5 just because bigger is always better, i.e. my reactors. You hear that? That is compressed iron being made and getting pumped into our system in a second. So that's how you can automate your compressed iron, and this will be crucial in later recipes. But for now, we're gonna have to focus on something else, and that is oil refining. Hold on, let me find it. Oil refining. This is kind of intense. We're going to take oil of any kind, really. First, we're going to need to build a refinery, which is going to take our reinforced stone slabs. The reinforced stone that we made is going to be used in a bunch of different recipes, so it is a good idea to get a lot of it. And so I would recommend setting up some kind of auto crafting, because I haven't, and it's not paying off. So we're going to make a small fluid tank, just one for now. We're going to make a refinery controller. Refinery controller, there we go. And a refinery is used to process different fluids into other fluids. So I'll put that right there. That seems like a good spot to me. Whoa! And how we use the refinery is we heat it up to some temperatures. Right now it's sitting at 20 degrees Celsius, which is kind of cool. Kind of cold, I should say, not cool, cold. And it's gonna pump all the fluids out into different refineries. It's recommended to have 4 separate refinery outputs. And this is how you make a refinery output. All right, so now that we got a refinery, we're gonna need to heat it up somehow. And I am going to just put some lava under it. I know I have some lava. Put some right there. Maybe that'll heat it up. Oh yeah, it's heating it up. It's heating up real nice. Oh, we only need 100 degrees Celsius. We are currently at 200 degrees Celsius. Perfect, perfectly fine. Now it's time for us to go out and find some oil. Get ourselves some buckets. Don't need a lot, honestly. I hope I don't need a lot. I don't want to go out and find oil forever. Look on our map, see if there's some oil around us. Should be able to see it. Oh yeah, there's some right next to us. Head on down over here. Right here. Some oil, literally some oil, literally. Let's get all of it. All of it that we can. All right, so we got ourselves plenty of oil. Let's return back to our little factory in the ground. And we're going to start putting some oil. Oh, look at that. 16 buckets. We have 16 buckets. Exactly. So we're going to start just pumping it in. And it's just going to... It was 100 degrees Celsius. What happened? It was 100 degrees Celsius, was it not? It turned to obsidian. Alright, let's put some more lava down, I guess. Let it heat up again. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for LPG at the very end here. While that's making, let's go ahead and make our second piece of technology, and that is this pneumatic processing plant. Had to slow myself down for that. We're gonna need all of this stuff. You know what it is. You can see. There we go, and we'll just put it right here, just right next to it, I guess. Oh, it's gonna need temperature. Oh, come on. Oh, I can just make continuous heat. I have soul lava. I don't think that will melt. If it does, I'm going to be kind of sad, actually. Apparently, it's not hot. All right, soul lava is kind of useless. All right, so I can't figure out how to keep this going indefinitely, so I'm just going to keep placing lava until we get what we need. There's a lot of stuff we could use, but for now, it's just lava. I'm going to break it when I need to. I'm also going to need it for this thing, the pneumatic processing plant. The heat system in this mod pack is very complex and very realistic, actually. So if you put something underneath it, it heats up the entire system, but any blocks exposed to air in the system will begin to cool the system down, which just wastes heat. So it's basically just like wasting energy. So if you put down these trap doors, it will no longer count as air blocks and count as trap doors. And so then you won't be wasting heat and the lava won't burn out as fast. So we're just gonna wait for this LPG to finish making. It still goes up pretty fast though. Aha, we hit 1 bucket of LPG. Now, that means that we can go to our next thing, which is this thing. I don't know how else to say it. So, this thing also requires heat. We're going to put that right there. And we are going to put our LPG into this thermopneumatic processing plant. What this will do is it will turn, what I'm thinking it will do, is it'll turn this LPG into plastic, or it turns into molten plastic. Oh, we need coal. We need coal for it. Turn it on into molten plastic. Whoa, that's really good. And it takes 100 Minecraft buckets or mill buckets. I don't know what it's called. But 1 bucket of LPG will make 10 buckets of molten plastic. And what you do with that is you just take it out and you put it on the ground and it turns into plastic. We're gonna need a lot of this too, so let's just get to crafting. Oh, it's about to burst. Oh, it's about to pop. Blocks. Alright guys, so one thing to note about this pressure chamber is you have to use it or else things will explode. Like all of these. Oh no, they're all about to explode. Oh, let's take them out. There we go. Get that pressure release. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's very important to use these things because if not, they will definitely explode. Alright guys, now that we made our plastic, let's start using our plastic. What we're going to do is we're going to use our plastic in order to make these transistor and capacitors. We're going to need redstone, golden nuggets, plastic sheets, and we're also going to need a slime ball for the capacitors. We're only going to need a couple, so let's see. 2 slime balls. Let's get 2 redstone. I think it's actually going to be 4 redstone. I don't know how much gold nuggets, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, and now let's place that into our chest. All of these. It's going to start doing something. Look at that. 8 transistors. I messed up. Need more plastic. Alright, so we now have 8 transistors and 8 capacitors. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use one of these. Ooh, this is so much more in depth than I thought it would be. Oh my gosh. Need more plastic. Need more plastic. Always need plastic. Let's start making some more plastic, I guess. And we need 3 gold nuggets. And we need a redstone torch. So now we have 12 empty PCBs. And what these are going to be used for is to make other stuff. Amatron tablet. Why do we need so much plastic? I'm going to kill myself. Alright guys, so next thing we need to do is we need to make this Amadron tablet. Which I don't know what it does. It's just something we need to make. And we need to pressurize it. Actually, the next thing we need to make is a charging table. Luckily, it's not hard. Just gotta do that. And then we gotta connect it to our system. Sure, why not? That seems good. Now that we have that, let's make ourselves an Amadron tablet. We need a GPS tool. Isn't hard to make. Gonna use all of our plastic though. Alright, Amadron tablet. Let's make an air canister. We can do that. No plastic required. Now let's make our tablet. For this, we're gonna place it into the charging station. It's gonna start pressurizing. So what this is gonna be used for is we're gonna use this to trade emeralds for blueprints. Let's get 8 of them. Now, drones should be coming by to pick it up. Oh, whoa. Goodbye, sir. Is there going to be another drone? Oh, let me put on my night vision goggles. There he goes. Look at that. 8 PCB blueprints. Alright guys, so a little confusion about the Amazon tablet. You want to shift right click onto an inventory and then put your emeralds into the inventory before you start selecting the items that you want. And it has to be done this way because drones. And it's really cool. It's just like villager trading. Alright, so now we're going to get ourselves a UV light box with these blueprints. And we need to attach it to some air pressure. That seems fine to me. So now we're going to put our empty PCBs and woo! That's really cool actually. I really like that. That's really interesting. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, we're going to need an etching tank. Isn't very hard to make, except I don't have anything to make it with. I don't think this uses heat, so I'm going to put it right there. How do you get etching acid? Oh, this is how. Oh, that's not hard at all. Okay. So we're going to need some gunpowder, rotten flesh, spider eyes, and more plastic. Alright, now that we have our wills to live, let's get some gunpowder, rotten flesh, and some spider eyes, wherever they may be. Spider. Let's just put it in the system. And this will make etching acid, hopefully. Come on. Come on. Just give it to me. There it goes. There it is. Etching acid. Put that in there. And, oh, where's a UV thing? It's almost done. Almost done. Oh, it's done. Alright. Now let's try and etch it. Put it all in there. And now there's an etching progress. There we go. It's done. Let's get that. So now let's get our transistors like that. Our capacitors, transistors, and this unassembled PCB. We have a finished PCB. Oh, it feels so good to make that. Oh, it's loud. Stop. Now that we have the finished PCB, I did not realize it was going to take that long. Let's go ahead and look into making the drone. So in order to make a drone, we're going to need the finished PCB, and we're going to need these turbine rotors, 4 of them to be exact. And these turbine rotors are going to be made with turbine blades and compressed iron ingots. And turbine blades are going to be made using 1 piece of gold and 2 pieces of redstone. Very easy, very nice, very much not plastic. So I just got 2 stacks of redstone and a stack of gold, because why not? You know, I'll make some more drones later on. It'll be nice to have. These only require 1 bar of pressure, which is not a lot at all. It's very nice, actually. We're currently sitting at 4. The more pressure you have, the faster the interactions go. All right, so now I have 64 turbine blades, and we are going to use 12. And we're going to get our compressed iron. Don't need a lot of it, just need 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to put it in there, just like that. Make ourselves some turbine rotors. That's a lot of turbine rotors. Didn't mean to make that many. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to make ourselves a drone. Finally, we have ourselves a drone. Look at that thing. It's not going to do anything because it needs to be pressurized. But we have a drone now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of a look into PneumaticCraft and obtaining ourselves one of these drones. In the next episode, we are going to be applying this drone to real-world circumstances. We're going to program it, show you guys how to program the drone to do things, and we're going to make more drones. And drones. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.